We celebrate Easter about the same time our Jewish neighbors celebrate Passover. During their Passover celebration, they question their children. What does this celebration mean? What's this night different about other nights? What's this all about? This is the night our ancestors were released from enslavement in Egypt. Led by Moses, they made their way to the promised land, even as Pharaoh's armies threatened to kill them. And who released them? God, the creator of heaven and earth. And were they the only people to be released? The prophets spoke of all nations sharing the promise made to them. Questions are important in religion. Religious mysteries raise questions, and each generation has to question. So let's ask questions about the resurrection of Jesus. What does it mean? Today, we question Mary Magdalene. Tell us, Mary, what did you see on the way? I saw the tomb of the living Christ. I saw the glory of Christ now risen. I saw angels who gave witness, the cloth that once covered his head and his limbs. Christ, my hope, is risen, and he'll go before his own into Galilee. From this Sunday on, all through the Easter season, we'll hear other witnesses of the resurrection of Jesus. Thomas, who's sure it isn't true, will tell us his story next Sunday. All of them recognize the resurrection of Jesus as an act of God who created the world, and in the resurrection of his Son, God promises new life to the world and to all of us. They tell us their story so that we may believe. In his ecclesiastical history of the English people, written about 8th century, the Venerable Bede relates how Christianity came to the north of England. When missionaries from Rome arrived, the local king summoned his advisors to his court to ask whether he should let the missionaries into his kingdom. Some were in favor, others were not. It was winter, and there was a blizzard outside. But the king's court was nice and warm and well lit. At one point, a bird came from a hole in the wall and fluttered a bit and then flew swiftly through the hall and then disappeared through the opposite wall. One of the king's advisors rose and said, "Sir, our life in this world resembles that bird. We come, we know not from where, for a while. We enjoy the light and the warmth of this world, and then we disappear back into the darkness without knowing where we're going." If these men can reveal to us something of the mystery of our lives, we must listen to them. The king gave the missionaries permission to tell their story, and we know the story they told. The story of Jesus' resurrection tells us about our lives and our destiny. It's so hard to listen to it. We find ourselves hard to give our minds to mysteries like this. Cardinal Newman once said, "A great number of people live and die without reflecting at all upon the state of things in which they find themselves." So many other things and thoughts have our attention. We're caught in the warmth and light of this small world where we spend a few years. Jesus came from God. He told us we came from God and were meant to go back to God. And he would go and prepare a place for us. Death itself does not stop us from that promise. That's the most important message we'll ever hear. So listen to it.